Everybody, hope you're having a fantastic weekend. This is getting wrapped up and going to be starting out the week. We got countertops in. We're going to get this place done. Hopefully get started on converting the trailer over. And what I mean by that is that I've got a black trailer enclosed. Huge mistake on buying it because it's so short. Okay, it's 6 foot. Problem with it is that I can haul refrigerators with it. You cannot get them in the door. They go in on a dolly, lean back, but you can't stand them up in there because it's not tall enough. All right. So, and it's wore out. Okay. Generally speaking, with the enclosed trailers, you get about 2 to 4 years out of them, and then you're done. Okay. Thing about it is like the trailer that I have, it's about a $7,000 or $8,000 model. Okay. You want to get a trailer that lasts a whole lot longer, you're going to pay about twice as much, and that's what you see with U-Haul and Hertz, those kind of trailers, and those things are built to last. All right, like I said, 2 to 4 years and it's done, and we're at the point where it's wore out. But what I will be doing with it is I'm going to use it for the lawn maintenance trailer, and that's what we're going to take the rider along and everything like that, and do cut the yards on the properties and everything. So now where we're at is with this property that we've been getting done, we need to put the outlet in for the stove. Don't have to run the wire. The wire's there. We just got to wire up the outlet. We got the stove. I need to get a refrigerator with it. Hopefully we'll get the countertops mounted tomorrow, get the sink cut out, get that all done. And by the close of Tuesday, that house should be turnkey ready, and the cleaner will come in and then do their magic in there as well. So there you have it. And we're going to move forward with that. The lady's supposed to be moving in November 1st. She is in town and ready to get there for sure. So we're going to be roughly into that house. Purchase price, everything, probably real close to about $50,000 to $60,000. It rents for $1,500 a month. So basically we'll get our money back in about 4 years. Okay. If I don't get a loan on it. What I really want to do is turn around and get a mortgage on it and take that money. Hopefully it would appraise for about 130, 140. Take that money, and then I've got 2 other units that are gutted down to the studs. Use that money to get those properties up and going, okay? Once this one is done, though, we're probably not going to be working on my stuff for about a month and a half, 2 months. So we got to get some money from the outside and bring it inside so that the company's not bleeding like it has been, because obviously when we work on our stuff, there's no money coming in except from rent. And then we take rent, we make payroll, we buy stuff and everything. And unfortunately, the way that works out is that the reserves from the company go down. However, the net worth of the company goes way up, and then the cash flow is going to go up a little bit because now there's another property online. So it's kind of a constant, move back and forth, juggle, push, pull type of situation. The big thing is to keep the focus on what the goal is, okay? And I've got a goal on where we need to be at as far as a company, how much I want to have coming in by April of next year. And so then I have to keep asking myself, how is this getting us closer? How is that making this happen? And do those kind of things. I wish I was in a situation where I could hire 2 more people and basically have 2 two-man crews going. That would be absolutely phenomenal. The company at this point won't support that financially, and definitely have to sharpen my game as far as making sure that everything was in line as far as materials on the jobs are laid out, the schedule is done, and everybody knew exactly what it was that they were supposed to do. And then I would also have to know them well enough that I know what the expectation is of what they're going to be getting done that day. Sometimes it doesn't make sense for us to do stuff ourselves. Like, this house that we're doing right now, we didn't hang the sheetrock in it. I paid another guy to do it. He had it done in 2.5 days. Boom, he was out of there. Okay. It would take us longer than that because it's not something that we do all the time. Okay. And so sometimes it's better to hire the person that does that particular trade. Other thing is HVAC. We don't do it. I've never been, I understand electricity real well, but the rest of it and everything, I don't. I've considered going to school for it so that, we could end up getting in a situation where I was able to save money by doing my own troubleshooting. The problem is that, when you get into something and you don't do it all the time, you tend to be rusty with it. And then the second thing is that, do I have all that time to be able to devote towards learning the heat and AC business? And it's constantly changing. I think since I've, bought rental property, my first one 20 years ago, I think the refrigerant that it's used has changed 3 times, if not 4. So, it's just one of those things. And for the amount that we do, it's not really cost effective for me to devote, 9 months or whatever it is, a year and a half to go to school, get the certificate, and then learn how to do that trade. It'd be different if I wanted to start an AC business, but I don't. Okay, I just want to buy more rental properties and get this thing to a point where, it's totally self-supporting, and and then I'm able to pull a good check out of it every month as well. I'm pulling other income and not trying to bleed the company by getting paid myself. So there you have that. Things have just been really good and getting wrapped up, and we're just making it happen. And it's a grind, folks. There is nothing fun, fast, or I don't know what to say about trying to build wealth. And I will say this is that it's extremely simple. It's not easy. And it basically follows a curve of, it just goes ever so slightly in about year 3, 4, 5, and then it starts to 7, 8, 9, 10, and it really starts to take off. And the reason for that is that whatever it is that you're doing, if you're buying properties, you got more of them. The magic was right at about 10 properties, things started to becoming a lot easier. There was more money that was left over. In particular, it's really nice when you have properties that are paid for. And so when that money comes in, it all stays in, other than what you have to pay for taxes, insurance, and, capital expense and things of that nature and everything. So having a balanced portfolio really tremendously offsets vacancies whenever those do occur, and like right now we're in the process of an eviction. And so we did not receive any money this week or this month for the people staying there. Now, granted, we do have a move-in fee that they paid, and that's being forfeited because in the lease it states that any monies that are submitted, if you ever have an eviction filed against you, whether or not it gets passes or not, just having one filed against you, you agree to forfeit the money. So, granted, we did get that. They paid a bigger move-in fee because of some discrepancies having to do with the background check. And I can't stress to you how important those background checks are, okay? Those can be the make it or break it and everything. We'll have to see how the property is left when they do leave. And, it's just one of those things, this is all part of it. And, if you would have a hard time evicting people, then I suggest you get a property manager, or real estate might not be your thing. And I am a huge proponent that if I was doing this gig and starting out in my early 20s, I would be trying to fashion that paid real well. And so my living expenses versus what I brought home, that there was a big gap. And then I would take that money in the gap, and then I would be putting it into some type of mutual fund or an index fund or something of that nature. That kind of passive income is pretty nice. I will say this, though, is that knowing somebody that gets about $17,000 a month in dividends from money in the stock market, they've got between 6 and 7 million in stock to be able to get that much each month. 7 million in real estate, it would pay considerably more than that, I assure you. So there you have it. You know, it is what it is. And I hope you had a great weekend. If you need me, send me an email. It's in the description. And the other thing is that, you know, I've had a lot of people reach out, want some time and not necessarily paying for a whole hour. And so I'm making an offer. You know, you want some of my time, send me an email with a phone number and I will give you a call. You get 15 minutes for free. Ask any question that you want, you know, tell me why I'm wrong, tell me why your way works better. I don't care. But if you send me the email, I will give you a call and you get 15 minutes of my time and my feedback and everything. However, if what you ask me is covered on one of my videos, I'm going to tell you, go to the video and watch it. Have a wonderful